It is a story that shocked Delmarva. On December 6th of last year, a Somerset County mother and her 2 children were viciously attacked in their Princess Anne home. Princess Anne police say 25-year-old Ariel Sells was stabbed by her boyfriend. They say he then went on to attack her and her 2 children, ages 8 and 4, with a hammer. Sells died a few days later, and the children were left fighting for their lives.
Sells' boyfriend, 26-year-old Sheriff Hayward, formerly of Princess Anne, is now facing several charges of attempted murder, assault, and violating a protective order. The 2 kids still receiving care at Johns Hopkins. Aiden is 4, paralyzed on his left side. Naomi's 8, recovering from a second brain surgery and is in rehab.
When the children are released, they will come home to live with their grandmother, Valentina Downing. But Miss Downing's home will need to be retrofitted to be handicap accessible, as well as to meet the needs of the children. That's where Habitat for Humanity of Wicomico County comes in. And that's also where you can help as well. Here to tell us more is Molly Hilligoss, Executive Director of Habitat for Humanity of Wicomico County, and Gail Beard, a volunteer. Ladies, thank you so much.
Thank you for having us
this afternoon. Now, we went over what happened, but I understand, Molly, you spoke with Miss Downing last night and got an update on the children?
Yes, so little Aiden is responding well to some experimental treatments. There's apparently a drug out there that stroke victims can take. Johns Hopkins has this special study, and they're testing it on little Aiden. And there's some positive signs that maybe it's gonna work. So we all need to say prayers. All those prayer warriors out there.
Yes.
For little Aiden. He had a lick of a lollipop. He's been on a feeding tube this whole time, so that they're trying to get him into trying to eat again and relearning how to swallow. I mean, so both of these kids, it's like they're babies again, and they are having to relearn everything. Everything.
But
it's heartbreaking.
There is hope. And as a matter of fact, this project is called Hope for a Homecoming. So how did Habitat get involved with this?
On January 4th, Valentina called our office, and she told me her story. And at first I said, I'm not sure if we can help you because we serve Wicomico County. And I said, but let me see what I can do. I don't want to say no to you. I'm going to get all teary here. So I went to the board and said, we need to do something to help. Then, almost by a miracle, Gail Beard called the office. And she, let me turn it over to Gail and kind of tell her story.
Someone had just asked if I would consider just kind of heading it up, a construction project, basically. So I went to go look at the house, and then I called the Habitat Restore, because I get a lot of things through the Restore, and spoke with Jim, and Jim said, I'm going to put you on the phone with Molly. I had prior spoken with Valentina just to see what her needs would be for this addition. And she was just so overwhelmed with everything else that she has on her mind right now. She just said the words to me, if someone could just take this from me. And those words just could not leave me. I just couldn't get them out of my mind. And so, you know, partnering and getting Molly on board and Habitat, it just was meant to be.
So let's talk a little bit about what exactly needs to be done to the house for the children.
It needs to be handicapped accessible. As the existing home is not, doorways need to be widened, but there's just simply not enough space to allow wheelchairs. So we need 2 bedrooms that will be, you know, sufficient, handicap accessible. The most important and costly of the project will be a handicapped bathroom, showers, an area for them to dress in. And also just making this entire project, bringing it into the existing home and having that opened up to this so that they can flow from, you know, living room to spaces, to make them feel not so handicapped. We want an area for them, you know, just a small area. We've tried to do this at the minimum because of the cost. Right. So,
well, you mentioned the cost. In order to do this, you need to raise $45,000, but that number doesn't really tell the whole story, does it?
No, I mean, the actual cost, if we had 0 donations, would be over $72,000.
Wow.
So far, we've received $3,000 in cash donations, about $13,000 in kind, but we still need electricians, plumbers, HVAC, drywall experts that can come in and, you know, hang the sheetrock quickly. I mean, Habitat, we're used to having lots of volunteers.
Yeah.
The volunteers are great. Sometimes they can slow down the process.
Yeah.
It would be great if we could finish this project by the end of March so that she can bring the children home.
So you were looking for skilled help.
Skilled help, money. I mean, $45,000 it's going to cost every bit of that.
And you have received some response. You have people already donating?
We've had some response. We have a community meeting that is tomorrow at the Antioch United Methodist Church in Princess Anne. I'll have donation envelopes there. So anyone that wants to donate can donate.
Right. And Gail, you were telling us before you could really kick this off, you had to come up with plans. Tell me about these plans. This shows what?
After talking with her, that just shows the 2 new bedrooms
Right.
and the handicap bathroom and how it will pertain to the existing property, the existing home. So, and opening that up to that.
And you drew this up?
No, I had
Oh, okay.
I have a family friend who's an architect who we worked on that for about a week to try to get it as compact but yet as efficient as possible
Right.
for cost-wise.
Gotcha.
And we had to have a plan before we could have an estimate.
All right, so what you really need now is for people to come to the meeting tomorrow night. And like you said, that's in Princess Anne at the Antioch United Methodist Church, 6 p.m. That's on Somerset Avenue in Princess Anne. And of course, we're going to have all kinds of information on our website. You can donate online, you can donate in person.
But you can even go to Hebron Savings Bank in Princess Anne, and they'll have donation envelopes. We have an account set there for the construction project. There's also an account set up. The firemen had set up an account there,
Right.
but that is for the kids' future education needs, not for the construction of the project.
Okay, so for all these links, everything you need to know, you'll be able to go to delmarvalife.com and get to where you want to go. And if you have these skills, if you can just step up at least for a little bit, that would help.
Every
It would be
little bit
tremendous. It would be tremendous.
All right.
Thank you so
for
much.
what
Thank you so much,
you.
Molly and Gail, for coming in, and good
Thanks
luck.
for having us.
It's so nice.